Understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep running. Running and running. They'll understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep running. Running and running.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Rack back with another video for you all. In today's video, we're going to be talking about intro to trading meme coins, and this is going to be volume 1. I do plan to release some, more videos, just depending on the comments and what people ask and what people are interested in. So these are all, from my learnings and my understandings, and just a way to onboard people regularly and the most simplest form. So to start, let's jump right into it. What you're going to need 1000% when you start trading meme coins is a Telegram account, a Twitter account, trading bots, which we're going to dive into, of course, a little bit of money, and Sol, and the understanding of contracts and, tickers, names, stuff like that, and understand what we're looking at on my screen. So for example, quick little pitch, obviously that's the ticker, that's a ticker symbol, and that's a contract. If I wanted the contract, I would just copy it there. Same goes for in your wallet, your contract address, sending and receiving. But also we're going to touch back on that money segment in a bit, because currently they are in a down period right now, but this is Axum. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, it's a new platform, and actually they're making it a lot more easy for people that are coming from a more normal realm to, trade either with USDC or just, with their credit card and Sol as well. And currently they're in maintenance, but they have a lot of good tools that we'll talk about later in the video. So firstly, what we're going to talk about is the best ways to find narratives, and what they will be and what categories they'll be in. So to start, few categories I've noticed being a trader: news, big launches, tech launches, Twitter, like finding good stuff on Twitter, and the meta. So first and foremost, really important, you got to understand what is in meta and what is in swing. So for example, lately it's been mainly AI. So it's not just any AI. It's more of what is actually, what is the AI actually giving. And sadly, with this meta, it's very easy for people to LARP stuff and, to just draw people in, volume traps, all those types of things. But we're going to jump into that later in the video. So yeah, step 1, make sure you have all those things I listed: a Telegram account, a Twitter, trading bots, a little bit of money, and just a simple understanding of what a contract is and what a ticker is. Because if someone's like, yo, this ticker's flying, you got to understand, like, oh, okay, I type in this and then boom, this is it. Or they're like, hey bro, Wumpus is absolutely sending, and you're like, okay, bet, what's the end of the contract, and they're going to be like, oh, VXEB, or starts with 9HEC. So just a quick little example of that. But furthermore, the best ways to optimally set up is what we're kind of going to dive into, and it all just depends on what kind of trading strategy you want to have and what kind of approach you want to have. The filters and everything can come into play, but it all depends on what your end goal is here. If you're just trying to find stuff early and hit a 1 to 3x, then your filters may be different than someone who actually might try to find something a little bit later and then bid heavier. So hopefully that makes a bit of sense. But I would love to jump into a kind of a walkthrough of. Oh, that was a play that's mooning right now. Of what's it called? Axiom. So basically, this is so noob friendly, and I haven't gotten to dive too deep into it because they just went into a maintenance period. But I thought I would go ahead and get this video out and my referral code will be in the description for this once the time comes. And yeah, so basically they have a Twitter tracker, which of course you'll be able to track Twitters and get insight on Twitter, what's happening on Twitter. You got a wallet tracker, just like any other platform. Bullix Neo has that as well. But what's really important with this website is they have Dex paid, the bond percent. It has how much is left till migration. That would be in your pulse, your final stretch. This is it's in maintenance right now, but this is where it'll tell you how much is left till bond. This is radium. It'll tell you that, and then if it migrates, you can also snipe a new pair, kind of like over on Neo. How I can click snipe on this with Nova, same exact thing. But this, all in all, Axiom is such a noob friendly platform. Tells you when Dex is paid, tells you amount of snipers, the dev holding, tells you everything you need to know. And Dex paid basically just tells you, because I know people don't know what Dex paid means, but this is Dex Screener. So when something gets paid, they're basically telling you, hey, we might have somewhat of a plan with this, and this is what it'll look like. They'll update, and it'll be a Twitter, Telegram, website. That's what you'd like to see, but all in all, it could be, Twitter, just a Telegram, or, all three, just two, just one. It just depends on the type of narrative and, what the actual end goal of the project is. But that being said, that doesn't always mean that the coin that you're buying is bullish. Yeah, and furthermore, bots. I have a video about Nova and why I like it. It's in, I'll make sure to maybe throw a link in the description, or you can just go to my profile and go check it out yourself. But bots that I use currently are Neo. Unfortunately, couldn't come through and get the the referral link for that, but you can go find any access link to this and be on your way. And then I have a tutorial on how to set up Nova, and my referral will also be in the description. But I have a full breakdown on how to set up Nova, how to make sure you have every updated, you know, what's it called? Updated system of Nova to make sure you can continue to trade when stuff gets a little laggy. The reason I prefer Nova lately over a lot of stuff is the sell and buy reliability. And to me, it's just always been very agile. I've gotten some really good fills, which is, a fill is, let's say we're buying this chart right here, and it's, it dumps to here, and I buy it, and it pumps right to here instantly. But I got filled here. That's what we call a good fill. So that's why I've been, using Nova for quite a bit. But I tend to hopefully pair Nova with Axiom because I've heard so many good things about it, and I really, really wish I could do a full detailed breakdown of it right now. But yeah, it's got trackers, perpetuals. You can do all types of trading on this. They got rewards. I'm sure referrals will be released soon, and yeah, couldn't be more keen to actually jump over there and start trying it out, and then hopefully get a referral pushed out to y'all at some point in time. But next, what we're going to jump into is safety. Safety is very important in this space, and being new, it's very easy to fall for some of the most simple scams, from Telegram to Twitter DMs to freaking a chart you're looking at. It's very easy. So a chart to look out for, which is actually something I just clicked on. I think it was this one. Yeah, this is a very obviously slow chart. It's obviously very bundled, which something else I forgot to mention is Axiom will tell you to as well on the bottom right, like you see in this feed over here, under the token info and all that. It will tell you how much is bundled, Dex paid, holdings, snipers, all that. It is quite fascinating because usually you would have to jump over to Telegram and use what we call a Feigns bot and run a command, Dex paid bundle, which is trench radar scanner, all that. But Axiom has taken that all out of the picture and making it just that more simple and easy to onboard someone who's just interested in learning. So, but yeah, let me jump back into what I was talking about. This is a perfect example of obviously a fake chart. I mean, you got dev buys all over the chart. Volume is pretty much dead. It's obviously just the dev buying this. And yeah, this is unless it's a crazy good narrative or just a super bullish launch, I'd probably never touch a chart like this with this many dev buys on it and just that slow. But yeah, that's all personal preference too. I mean, some people kind of like aping stuff where the dev is pumping the chart, but 90, probably 9% of the time, this is just going to go straight to zero. Um, that's a good example of a fake coin. Of course, we also have coins like this. Uh, this is a dead giveaway. I mean, it's migrating. Oh my God, cool, we're going to the moon. But fact of the matter, this is bundled to hell, and as you can see, which Axiom will do the same thing as well as Bullix Neo, it tells you the holders, and you can just say, yeah, top 10 holding is more than 15%. It's either a bundle or just one big buy, but this is a prime and great example of what a bundle chart would look like. There's no legs, there's no pullbacks, stuff like that. And then look, as soon as they bundled it, they sniped it with a bunch of SOL, and then we'll probably quickly see this go to zero, or they'll pump it up a little bit more, and then it'll go to zero. So bit more of a gambling way to trade a chart, but me personally, nah, unless it's a crazy big narrative, then I don't really care to touch it. Um, Furthermore, we're going to talk about big wallets you should be looking at, and winners. So most of the time you buy a coin, you'll be able to go to the holders, which a lot of this stuff translates over to Axiom, just saying like this. It will tell you on here exactly how much holding these people have, and their win rate, stuff like that, yada yada yada. Cool. So that you can have that. Yeah, and I only watch a few wallets. You got Frank over here. Everyone's probably heard of him, and Cupsy. I just watch these wallets. I don't really copy trade anybody. I truthfully like to find stuff on my own and just be as early as I can to everything. And then when they buy, it just kind of is just validity of, okay, cool, I found something good, but also doesn't mean the world when they buy. It really doesn't. But yeah, that's a prime example of what to look out for if you're in a decent narrative and stuff like that. Yeah, and another thing we'll talk about is distros. So this is a perfect example, and we could just sit right here and watch this one. Right here, we're looking at this coin. It bonded in about 2 minutes, as we can see here. But the kicker, it's migrating right now to Raydium, which, if you don't know, is migration is basically Pump Fund having a seed round, and there's been enough investors and holders, or all the same person, like I talked about with bundles, etc. I mean, you can see on this chart it dumped instantly. That have come together and bought something up, and then they're sending it to the big world. Now it's going to the S&P or whatever. It's getting real big. And that's kind of what Pump Fund is for that. So once it starts migrating, that is just Pump Fund taking the liquidity pool and seeding it and migrating it over to the Raydium pool off of their, kind of seed round style of a platform. And that will always be 20%. As you can see, a lot of people sold, of course, but as soon as it, it's seeded, the migration was complete. 20% quickly dropped off this number, but that will always be 20% right here, and that usually will be the top holder. So Neo's good for that. I mean, it says liquidity pool, and I'm sure it says something along the same lines on Axiom. So that is definitely something you should know and look out for, and just don't always freak out if you see, a 20% wallet when something's migrated. That's a big question I always see when it comes to new coins and things like that. Next, we're going to talk about just some general scams. So basically, once you're new, of course, you're very keen to find a really good coin and join a good community. So you have to be careful when doing it, though, because when you buy a coin and you join a Telegram, if it ever asks you to scan a QR code and sign in, it is fake. You should always be, when you're looking at your Telegram, let's go to Safeguard chat real quick, and I'll show this to y'all. It should always look exactly like what I'm about to show you. So we're going to go with like this. Oh no, oops, like that. It should look exactly like this, to where it shows the amount of subscribers on the top right here, 1.6 million, and it will tell you, okay, I'm in the right, safeguard channel. Let me go and verify. If you see otherwise, it is going to be a scam. And the reason these scams work is because people are new. They're like, oh, I need to join the community. Cool, 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 da da. I mean, I don't really join TGs too often anymore, to be honest. But it is reassuring when you can kind of sometimes know what the community is cooking, or the team. Um, but yeah, that is a prime, I feel like, scam that new people fall for, because once they have access to your Telegram, if you have any free floating bots with no, 2FA, stuff like that, they're going to come in and just wipe your account completely. And so, yeah, that is exactly what it would be like. But next, hyperlink scams. So you may think everything's, safe, and it's going to be very obvious when someone is trying to scam you, but even someone that seems to be friendly popping in your DMs saying, hey, come work for us, hey, come do this, hey, come do that, it's all fake, BS. If you never had a conversation with anybody, just do yourself the favor and ignore it and just move on, if you know what I mean. So those are all very, very good, and honestly, I feel like some of the, I guess you could say, guidelines on what you should look out for, what you should, be focusing on, and what you should be trying to learn and get good at to be good at trading meme coins. Another thing I want to mention and talk about is slippage and slippage settings. I feel like some people get very confused on slippage and why you use it and why you don't use it, or sell tip, buy tip, buy bribe, sell bribe, etc. So we'll go ahead and jump into these settings right here on Neo for a good example. I usually run about the same settings and same presets for everything. I'll have a very, kind of like aggressive preset, and I'll have a very like laid back preset, because your buy priority fee, slippage, and buy bribe are only going to need to increase when the want for something is increasingly high. So if you're already in a good position in a coin and it's doing well, it's up there, it's pumping, but the volume isn't astronomical, you're perfectly fine with running lower settings than this. And also, you can also always, adjust your settings as you go while you're making the trade. From what I've seen, I mean, I've even gotten in trades with 0.005 buy priority fee and, 7 slippage and 0.005 bribe. So it could be as low as that, and it could be as high as, I mean, I've ran 0.05 for some things, I mean 0.1, or if I'm doing a snipe, but that's not very, intro-y, so I'm going to just leave it at that and say, basically, that slippage is how much coins you're willing to lose per year buy. So if I buy one soul, let's say I'm getting 1,000,000 coins, I'm willing to lose 100,000 of those coins running 10 slippage, or 10% slippage. But yeah, to basically sum it up and bring this video to a wrap, I'm hoping to soon get a referral link for Axiom. I have an intro guide on how to set up Nova, and BullX accesses for Neo is pretty easy to find floating around. But yeah, the little sum up and wrap of this video is, make sure you have a Telegram, make sure you have a Twitter, make sure you get educated with these trading bots and what suits your trading style. Understanding of contracts, tickers, understanding of narratives, metas, news, what's good news, what's bad news, what's a bad chart, what good holders look like, what good distro looks like, and just general safety. And of course the quick wrap of Axiom. So once it's back up and fixed, and hopefully referrals come out sooner than later, I'll be able to get a referral out to some of you guys. And this basically is super, super easy for normal onboarding for someone who's never started to trade, and it has everything you need: a wallet tracker, Twitter tracker, dev holding, an insta dev sell button, bundle, sniped, insiders, decks paid, everything like that. And I think I already mentioned it, but wallet tracker, and yeah, other options for trading if you're not just trying to trade meme coins. And furthermore, yeah, that should be just how you could be set up and how you could get started in this space. And I feel like a lot of the key things, and of course there's always more questions, but that is some of the things you need to get educated on if you want to be successful in this space, and just do your homework. That's what I call it. Just put in the time, and you'll learn. It's just how it goes. The more time, the more you'll learn. So yeah, hopefully y'all enjoyed this watch, and make sure to subscribe and drop any questions you got, because I plan to drop a Intro to Trading Meme Coins Volume 2 at some point, maybe with some more updated tech, something like that. But yeah, peace.